Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back again with Soviet Republic and Workers and Resources. And we're on the border between us and our lovely, lovely neighbours who seem to have an unquenchable thirst for coal, which is a very good thing because I've got a supply of coal that is ideally suited to quenching the thirst of my neighbours. Anyway, in the last episode we managed to get this train line up and running, which was lovely, but in the process we spent every last penny that we had, which was less lovely. But nonetheless, it has got us to the point now where our ruble balance is all one-way traffic, and that's jolly positive. Our dollar balance is also going in the right direction, but that's largely coming off the back of electricity exporting, which is far from ideal because we don't really have enough electricity to support what we've got already. Oh dear. So the choices are really quite straightforward. It's do we now curtail our use of exporting electricity in order to hopefully make a couple more quid and get ourselves rolling again, or do we press on regardless? The goal is self-sufficiency, and that's where we're going to go eventually. So we have left the town of Dozersk behind us, and we're heading back to where it all began over in Failuregrad and Kolberg and Farmville and Zelensky, all of which are very finely named individuals. Because the aim is going to be to get some extra cash. That means more exports. So it's about evaluating what we actually have in surplus and then getting shot of it, basically. We're going to go for nothing but rubles, and I'm going to invest in hopefully streamlining the process of making cash at the moment, rather than anything more sophisticated than that. So, for example, one of the things that I've considered is by adding a couple of extra fields here at our food plant, which you'll see, we've got one at 83%, so that'll be done in a couple of days. But that clearly means we've got more room for additional fields. So a couple of extra fields mean that we'll be harvesting more often. That'd be nice. We don't currently export food. Also, we have workers in the food factory who are just sat there waiting for crops to come in. So this whole production area is not delivering as well as it might. Deary, deary me. And so obviously we can fix that, and then we can export whatever comes in as a result of that. Now, we do have a disco going on in the middle of town at the moment, and my suspicion, based on some of your feedback, is that this is going to be an overloaded power node, one of these chaps, I would imagine. Substation. Yeah, is it nice? See, look, it's regularly just missing out on the power supply. Now, this is only a problem at night. So my advice to people is get an early night, turn the lights off, and have a whale of a time and make some nice new little communists in the process. Whether or not people will heed this kind of governmental advice, I don't know, and I don't want to get any further into it than that. The big possible winner, however, moving swiftly on, is oil, which you'll see that our oil tank is currently empty. Why? We've got an oil train, and that should have no trouble in filling up. If it doesn't turn up in the next minute, we'll go looking for it and see if it's stuck somewhere. And then you've got my oil refinery, which is currently empty. Yeah, something's amiss here. And then you've got oil storage, which has currently got 2 tons of bitumen in. No, it's got 2 tons of fuel. Yeah, okay, something is most definitely amiss. Let's go find the train, see what he's playing at. Because this was, for a very long time, a highly profitable and successful enterprise. Right then, Mush, what have you got? You got 256 tons. You should have a little bit more than that, really. But even so, that's not nothing. 256 tons of fuel is a fair shake. What's your problem there, Governor? All right, we'll leave that there, but we'll have a look and see what's filling up locally. What have you got in? Not a great deal, and you're not actually producing very much either. How many oil wells have we still got operational? Or derricks, one should say. Well, that's 4, and this is a fairly rich oil patch. How are you progressing there? 61%. That's okay. 61%'s all right. 68. You're doing 4 tons a day, and you're doing 6 on an 89. You're doing only 30. You're only on a 39%. So, but I would have thought that we could do a little better than this, team. I am moderately disappointed in the progress that you are making. But even then, so I mean, if we add those together, which I should have done as I passed, 2.8, yeah, that's 8.8, 9.1, yes, that's what, 13.9, okay. Where's the fourth one? It's right here, look. 13.9. That's 17, 18.2, give or take, right? So 18.2 tons a day, which is, I guess, what they're doing. It's not very much, is it? You would hope for a little more than that, or at least you would hope that that when it reached the other end of the equation, let's go and say howdy to the train here, that it would last a bit longer. That said, I mean, he picked up 250 tons, so I guess my production is about right. Maybe a couple more derricks in there would get us a bit more oomph in that regard. My concern is what's happening to it when it arrives, because last time I checked, I wasn't doing very much with any of this stuff. It should have just been sat in a nice big fat full fuel tank. Of course, while we're doing this evaluation stuff, my bank balance is going up, so it's all positive. That's a lot of electricity going on there, which is good. Well, I mean, okay, that's the power plant, so I guess that kind of explains that. There you go, we come through, we start the unload. Right, unload starting. Hold on, right. Yep, you're filling up. Okay. Yes, no, so far, so expected. Are we storing anything else in there? No, we're not at the moment. Are you doing business? You're doing business. There we go, it's emptying back out again. So we're going through the system. You should now be in here. There we go, there's 230 odd tons. Off which 125. So off the 250 we brought in, we'll bring out 125 tons of fuel and 75 tons of bitumen. Okay. All right. So let's check the tank here. Right. There is no fuel currently going into that tank, and I know that this whole system is hosed in some fashion. That I have. I've got it a bit skew with somewhere, but exactly how I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. So the bitumen storage there is completely full. So where am I actually sticking the bitumen I'm producing? Anybody? Any takers at all? Well, we're storing quite a lot of it internally. Fuel is all leaving the building, which means I must have tankers sat underneath. There you go. See, there's one now. Right. Okay, so you've got 9 tons. Where are you going? You're going to the customs house. I'm already exporting fuel, friends. There you go, that's that. That's where it's all going. I'm selling it. Right, well, that was a waste of time. Let's have a quick look and see what the sort of price range is on this kind of behaviour. Do you need that open? I might leave it open just to see how quickly it empties out. But what this says to me is bring in some more fuel. Building up a backlog means we can sell more of it. Right, what do we got? Global prices. What's hot and what's not? Chemicals. That's what's incredibly hot, but not as hot as flipping clothes. Ruddy Nora. You get a lot of bang for buck from clothes. They don't sound like they're going to be massively expensive to produce either. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm bound to be wrong. Steel we export as well. I don't know how much I've got in stock, although I can find out in this window. It's a shame you can't move them all about, really, but let's get on board of that bit now. Right, all map? No, let's go within 1,000 metres, because that's just the local stuff. So what have we actually got stored here? Taking out the vehicles and the trains. Clothes, we've got 4 tons of clothes. I do not produce clothes myself, and that's going to cost me a bit, actually, because clothes are... Well, look, 4 tons of clothes is $2,000. Lorks. What have we got? Coal aplenty. Finally fixed me old coal problems there. I'm not going to sell any of it because that's very quick to not be healthy anymore. Meanwhile, oil doesn't look like it sells for very much. What about fuel by comparison? Actually, they're more or less even. Let's go back to the price exchange list. Centrum. Fuel goes for sell 99. Okay, oil sell 22. Well, there's obviously some wonk in my maths there somewhere. What about bitumen by comparison? 156. Ooh. Well, I should be flogging that then, shouldn't I? Asphalt only does 32, so there's no sense in selling that. Concrete. Blah, 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 blah. Right, enough blah, blah, blah. I think we should move on and investigate the manufacture of clothing. We might not get very far, but we shall certainly investigate the manufacture of clothing. Did I say that already? Good. That's how much I mean it. Okay. Now, if anything, I suspect it's going to be somewhat requiring of me livestock or chemicals. It could be either. I don't make chemicals yet. Regardless, I'm going to need a bit of space here, and I'm quite happy to go further afield. Further afield. Classic. Right, no, just bring up the construction menu. Let's price it up. Right, standard manufacturing stuff, please. Food and crops? No. Various industry, that sounds promising. A fabric factory. Okay. It produces 5 tons of fabric a day, consumes chemicals. Knickers. Well, if I'm going to make chemicals, I might as well sell the chemicals, right? And then you need a factory on top of that as well. Okay, that's incredibly expensive. Chemical factory, chemical plastics, like that. Mechanical components, no. It's going to be sort of refining or oil-based. Let's have a look. Well, it's not going to be oil-based. Oh, yeah, it is oil-based. There we go. Right. You need crops, gravel, and wood, as well as oil, in order to produce chemicals. Now, chemicals sell for a ruddy fortune. The only thing here I don't make is mechanical components. How would one go about ordering some mechanical components but nothing else? I could send a truck out to go get them. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's entertaining. Right, so now it just comes down to where you want to stick it. Ooh, I don't know, because I imagine it's going to be fairly pricey. No matter where I stick it. We've got some space up there, but I suspect that's on something of a slope. Does look like it might be. Well, with the new free bulldozing service that we've got, it might not be quite as horrendously expensive as you think. Also, you're going to need access to fuel. Is it fuel or is it oil? I think it's fuel there, bruv. No, it's oil. There, bruv. Oh, look at it, it's tiny. Oh, it needs no space at all. Right, okay, well, in which case, how do you fancy living in here where there's lots of people who want jobs? Okay, do you realise this is going to take quite a long time to build? Yeah, it is, but this is the economic future of our company we're talking about, so shut up. Okay. Right, well, you've got some footpath there, so if you can get in range of that. And what's it doing as far as traffic is concerned? It's not doing brilliant things as far as traffic is concerned, but access via footpath should mean that we get staff quite quickly. All right, just bang it in there. Yeah? Why not? Okay, right, there we go. It's going in and it's cost me nothing. That's what we like. Things that cost me nothing are a good thing in this, our period of some austerity. Now, I will pay for a connecting bit of road, because otherwise we'll hang around for flipping yonks waiting for a bit of road. Now, someone said that dirt tracks were free. You overlap with an existing construction. It's a pylon. Just shift it. Alright, okay, well we can certainly shift it. Now you've closed down the what's it. Is there not a hotkey for this? Get rid of that. Everyone's going to start complaining about not having any lights on in a moment, especially since it's becoming night time. Do we think they'll get over it? Do we really care? I changed my mind. Actually, no, let's do it. Dirt track, are you free or not? You flipping are free. Oh, well, I'll take a free dirt track for now. That'll be absolutely sufficient. And then let's plumb you back in. There you go. Stop complaining. Right. Okay. Now then, we should start to see construction forces rolling out to come sort this number out. We have got all of the necessary odds and ends that we need there. Assigned construction offices, all of them. Oh yes, all related vehicles. Yeah, dumpers, mixers, another dumper. We got a dumper inbound. This is what we like. The other positive here, of course, is that uneducated workers are well suited to this kind of caper. What's going on in there? That's the pub. Well, it just filled up in a hurry. Now, someone also said that the production of alcohol may be very beneficial to my future livelihood. To which I say, yeah. And that's really all I do say at the moment. Right, we won't sell any electricity for the moment. That means I've got to be a little bit careful because I am buying in a few resources using dollars. Now, why is it this section is browning out, this section is not, and that section is not? Are we over? We must be overloading a single cable somewhere. So I think, I mean, I'll spend the rubles to get it done, but if we were to put another transformer in, or if we can pull a cable off from there, then maybe a secondary supply would be a good move. You built this in a place that's really not very helpful. Are you new here? Oh, do hush. You're not clever. 3.5 grand? Crumbs. All right, well, that's not exactly inexpensive now, is it? But go on, let's whack it over. Now, this isn't actually going to solve the problem, except for the fact that it's coming from a different power route. So if there is yeah, all right, hello lads. Where's me in? There's me in. Right, do that, and then hook it up, and then hopefully that should stop the nighttime brownouting because it's coming from 2 separate power nodes. At least that's the hope. Right, meanwhile, here's the activity. Cement mix has turned up. That's good. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find a good angle for us here, since we've got nothing else going on at the moment. We'll just watch. I spent 20,000 just on building that electrical bit up. But you've got to admire the team for the speed with which they have sprung into action here and decided that yes, the production of chemicals is almost certainly going to save our bacon, and we will produce the chemicals, and we will sell the chemicals to people who have a desire for them. And I'm really just feeling time here because there's not an awful lot happening right now. What have we got on the site? 36 tons of concrete, good. Yeah, 15 tons of gravel, good. Right. So we must have some asphalt inbound because I make that as well. Once that turns up, then we should start to see a bit of action because we've got some fine folk sat around waiting to do stuff. What are you hauling there, Tiger? Gravel. Lovely. You? I've got asphalt. Good lad. Well done. You've got just under 1/3 of the total asphalt requirement for this stage of the gig. So that's all good. Now, what's the iron price here? 75 large. Don't want to pay that, if I'm honest. I want to get back up to about 200 grand and build a new city, while the money goes up all the time. And you see, look, yeah, the money's coming down. As progress is conducted, the cost is coming down. Now, I shouldn't sound so amazed, really, because that's pretty much as it should be. But that's all splendid. Now, while that's going on, I'm going back to my charts again because I want to see what I've got in storage in high quantity. So quarried stone, we ran low on that for quite some time, so I want to leave that alone. If anything, prefab panels are bricks, but they sell for nothing. So that's not going to work for me. Now, I did notice while poking around the map earlier that I've got a problem with wood. So let's go and have a look at that while construction begins its merry journey. Right, for those of you who have been following the series along, this is our logging camp right here. You've got 50 tons there. We haven't got any workers. Can't store or export. You can't store or export. Why can't you export? Surely, if one were to send a truck in your vicinity, one would certainly be. And we've got some here as well. It's just waiting to be what's-it-ed. And it's because you've got no workers. Well, there is a solution to that, you know. There's 9 passengers on board. No, they're just heading up to Colesville. Don't make me move people in here. I'm going to. That said, do I actually have a bus that stops here? Where are you going? Failure Grad Platform 2. And you come from Zelensky, so that's not it. Surely I've got a bus that goes to the... you're off to Kohlberg. Kohlberg. Completely pointless. I need to reorganize... it's safe to say... You know how a little while ago... Oh, here we go. This one. And nobody wants to do it now because they've all got highfalutin gigs in one of our big 2 buildings. Where we have 1 actor still. It's good. Some of you suggested that actually were I to have a college that is slightly more appropriate for the acting profession, I might find myself with more actors. To which I say, yep, probably right. Okay, right, well, I'm going to pay up. 10 grand? When did that go up? Wasn't this always 8? 8,000. That's how much one of these is, surely. Oh, whatever it is, we'll pay it. Oh, do you want to? Yeah, otherwise we'll be waiting for too long. How much is it going to be in dollars? 13. All right, we'll spend it. I'm not saving up dollars for anything, so you know, that makes sense. Turn it around so we can face the road. Like that. Yep. Do it. Sure? Yes. Okay. There you go. That's an easy decision to make, and we're transferring workers in from elsewhere, and hopefully they'll all go, yay! I've always wanted to be a lumberjack. Where are you going? So it looks like a fairly even distribution at the moment. That's good. But yes, we're not going to build an awful lot if I don't start my my lumber production back up again. So all being well, that'll start happening. Now, these chaps are going to get pretty lonely out here, unless I, you know, start furnishing them with all the mod cons they require. But at the moment, I honestly don't care. Can't store or export. Okay, well, what do you need? You need a truck then, don't you? I thought you had a truck. There you go. We've got boards going on now. That's nice. This truck, what's your aiming? What are you supposed to do? You will unload wood when the mood takes you. Okay, well, maybe I just need another mechanism here then. Let's have a... I guess we're going to have to buy one with rubles. No, that's dollars. Buy one with rubles. So, I don't know, some kind of open hull kind of affair would probably do the job. No, this ZIL. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Jumping the gun. Yep, you can close that. Thank you. Yeah, close that. Close it. Close it. Any of them. We can... Yeah, I'm done with this. Close. Thank you. Right. Okay, that's closed. You've now gone into there, and then hopefully you will then export something of a completed nature out to where we require it. Surely. And does it look like... Yeah, it does look like he's loading the planks. All right. Well, this is working again. Input is empty. Do I need another one? I might well. Who are you working for exactly? Maybe if I were to just buy one up here, his job could solely be the delivery of stuff down the mountain. Because it strikes me that while this chap's just sitting around and I've got blokes working there while they're still in the mood to do so, I'm not actually benefiting at all. Right, okay, there we go, got a truck. Do your thing, truck. Off you go. Make it happen. Help the system. Export some wood. Come on in. What? What are you about? What are you for? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Well, that's lumber partially dealt with, I think. possibly. We'll have to revisit that and make sure. Now then, where's my chemical plant construction facility? Oh, it's all go. Look, diggers are plenty. And a bus. I wonder if that's tourists. I would say it probably is. Do you want to see how far along it is? Yeah, all right. What do we got? We've got plenty of stuff on site. Oh, we're actually on to phase 2 already. Oh, this is coming along very nicely indeed. And hopefully, by the start of the next episode, we'll have completed it. And then we can worry about making it work and making some money out of it. Just hold the camera there. There we go. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much for tuning in. You'll be back for more because you can't help yourselves. And I will be more than pleased to furnish you with another episode in the forthcoming glorious future. Chuck a like at this one if you enjoyed it. I'll be back very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. There we go, back from the brink. The money's going in the right direction, and hopefully it will continue to do so. I certainly feel quite positive about the way that my financial balance is going at the moment. I think that with this chemical plant up and running, we could very easily generate a good chunk of cash in a relatively short order. But I think that the next leap up is going to come from increasing the amount of oil output that I've got and increasing the amount of food that's being done. In fact, I don't think I ever gave food enough time when I originally started working on it. So maybe that's where I'll go next. Well, you're only going to find out if you tune in, but as mentioned, you are already, I've suckered you into watching the whole thing now, so what are you going to do about it?